Hello internet world, welcome to another live stream. In today's broadcast I'll be bringing you details of all of this technology. Off to the right hand side of me here there's some really great stuff here, so do stay tuned for it all. I've even got little bits sort of hidden away at the back, and I have also got the Samsung Galaxy A5 which I'm going to be unboxing live in this video. Now before I start the stream good and proper, I would like to invite you all just to share a link to this live stream. I really would appreciate it, and I'm going to just get the super chat up so that I can see what you're all talking about. I just love doing these live streams. I think it's very interactive, gives me a chance to chat with you as well, which is always a good thing. So if you can tweet out links to this particular broadcast, I would really appreciate it. And thank you to all 21 of you that have got into the stream so quickly. I don't know how you do it so quickly, I really don't. So anyway, let's get some details up of the chat, and then I'm going to move on to actually unboxing some of this technology for you. The internet that I'm using at the moment, I've had problems with bandwidth. Technology, as we all know, is fantastic when it works. When it doesn't work very well, then it is not really very good indeed. But I'm just going to see if I can actually find my own stream. This is the issue that I found actually with using the iPhone 7 for broadcasting, is that it works well for the actual broadcast, but I've got the camera or the iPhone set further back from me today. I've tried to improve the audio a little bit for you as well by using this lapel microphone, and that means I can't reach across to the screen to see the chat, so I'm desperately trying to get the chat up on my MacBook screen, or MacBook Pro screen to be more precise. So let's see if I can see who's in the chat. I can't see any chat at all, so what I'm going to do for now is I'm going to do the first piece of technology, unbox that for you, or just talk to you about this first one. Actually, I'm not going to do an unboxing. I'm going to save this one till a little bit later on, which is the Samsung Galaxy A5. This was actually delivered to me today by Clove Technology, so I'm really a big shout out to Clove Technology. Superb company, because they do great prices and they do all the latest smartphones, so big shout out to Clove Technology. When I have finished broadcasting this stream, I will update the video description with links to all of these products, and also a link to the Clove Technology website. So anyway, let's talk about this first product, which is the Kitvision Observer. Now, I've talked to you before, a lot of times in fact, about dash cameras, and please don't turn off. I know you're going to say yada yada yada, yawn, here goes Dave harping on about dash cameras again. Dash cameras are fantastic pieces of technology. If you drive your own vehicle, or indeed if you know somebody who drives a vehicle, putting one of these in their windscreen gives them peace of mind that if something happens in front of the vehicle, or if you've got dual cameras behind the vehicle as well, if you're witness to an accident, or hope it never happens, but if you're involved in an accident, this will record a loop of what's going on in front of you and behind if you've got a rear dash cam, and at least then you've got some evidence. And installing a dash camera, in fact, does actually sometimes, depends on your insurance company, but it can get you a discount on your insurance, so it's well worth considering. Now this particular one is the Kitvision Observer, and this is what it looks like. Let's give you a little close-up of that. I think it looks really good. Fantastic little dash camera. We've got a full colour screen on the back, and we've also got controls on this side, and then on this side we have got a micro SD card slot. Now admittedly, compared to other ones I've looked at, this feels a little bit more lightweight, a little bit more plasticky, but the actual quality is really good. You get all of the cables you need inside the box as well. You also get a mount, so you can mount it to your windscreen, and this records in 1080 up to 30 frames per second. It's not 1080p on this one, it's 1080i. It records it, as I said, in a loop to the micro SD card, and it's just fantastic because the price that these Kitvision products come in at, I've actually reviewed Kitvision products for many years. They make some fantastic speakers, action cameras, and now dash cameras, and the quality that this records, I've been very impressed. The user interface, I'm not going to be able to show it to you on this video because I haven't got it plugged in, but the user interface could do with a little bit of work. That's probably one of the slight negatives, but for the actual quality of video this records, I'm really very impressed. So that's the Kitvision Observer. That's the first product. Now, before I move on to this next product, which is very interesting indeed, let me see if I can get this chat up again. I cannot see the chat. Let me reach as far as I can reach and have a look at the chat. We've got JMJ Pom. Hello to you. We've got Moz. We've got Nigel Harrison. Hello, Nigel. Kevin Muldoon. Thank you very much, Kevin, for tuning in. I've been reading all of your comments, but I do remember Nigel and Kevin commenting on plenty of the videos, so I do appreciate it. We've also got iPhone Captain in the house. Hello to iPhone Captain, and Yui, Klinkminster, and Peter, and Mason. So many of you tuning in, and Ryan as well. Hello, Ryan. So I still can't see the chat on my computer. We are going to have to, oh, I've just found out why. So that should now be solved. We're going to move on to talking about this little product. If you can actually read this with the resolution that I'm broadcasting in, then please do. Just bear with me whilst I just try and refresh one more time to get this chat. And I think we're going to be able to get the chat come up now. Let me just try to see who is talking. We have got some possibility. It says live here. Can we get the live chat up? Technology, please don't fail me. Here we go. I think I found it. Yes, I have found it. Live chat, here we go. We're going to open up live chat. And now I can actually open this up to questions because I couldn't see the chat before. So some more hellos first of all. Hello to Matt, Tom, One Life Gaming, Lewis T5. Thank you again to all of you for tuning in. If you want to ask questions after I've talked about this next piece of technology, please do. I will also come on to the Samsung Galaxy A5 a little bit later on. And also don't forget there is the super chat feature there as well. When I used it last time, I was just amazed. It's a very new feature. You can click on like the dollar symbol or the pound symbol. And when I did the last live stream, I was amazed. I think I had about 10 or 12 of you actually do super chats and had your sort of comments highlighted at the top. I think it's a fantastic feature and it will really help out creators as well. So I think it's a really good feature. But anyway, here we go. Let's have a look at this. Now, excuse my pronunciation, but I think this is called MUSiQi. It's by Fone Salesman, so I'm going to call it MUSiQi because it's a Qi charger. So if you've got one of the Samsung Galaxy smartphones or another smartphone that supports Qi wireless charging, this is something very different. Now, I've got mixed feelings about it. Let me give you a close-up look of it. It is a Bluetooth speaker, first of all. It's got the controls on the bottom. This is where my sort of mixed feeling lies because these controls are hidden away. Now, you can obviously turn it on, and then once you've set the volume, then you haven't got to worry about accessing those controls so much. But if you want to push to make a call or push to take a call, because it's got microphones built in as well, then you've got to pick it up, which I think that could have been done better. Maybe they could have put the controls around here. Now, we've also got an input there for charging the internal battery. And this top section, I've left this cover on purpose. We've got like, if I just take this off, this is like a sticky sort of micro pore type pad on the front here. And you can actually stick your phone to it. Maybe your phone's in a case, for example, and it will actually cling onto this. Thus, you can have it at this angle. You can also rotate it round to different angles as well. So you could have it looking like a regular speaker. But having it at this angle means you can have your phone on it and still look at your phone whilst it's wirelessly charging. And then you can also have it connected to this via Bluetooth and wirelessly play music. How cool is that? So a very, very neat multifunctional product. Now for those of you who have got an iPhone with a lightning connector, we've also got this. This is what the packaging looks like. It's called the iQ Mobile, and again by Phone Salesman, same company. And what this does is it plugs in to your lightning connector. So that little plastic tab here with the little contacts on this side plug into your lightning connector, and then this is so thin that it will actually slip into a case behind your iPhone, and then your iPhone can stick to this and wirelessly charge. So even if your phone hasn't got Qi wireless charging capability built in, you can actually put this into your back of your iPhone. And I believe they do these for other phones as well, and then it adds that wireless charging capability. I think it's a really cool little device. The actual audio quality it gives out is really good. Not the best, it's not a big speaker, but for a portable speaker, it certainly suffices. And the actual build quality is really good as well. And I like the rotate function. I like the fact that we can sort of rotate this round to different angles. So I like the way it does that. As I say, my only concern is having those controls on the bottom of the device. That still puzzles me. But hey ho, we've got it like that, so that's what they decided to do. Maybe they do another version at some stage and move those controls. But I think it's a really good device. So anyway, I'm going to open this up to some questions and answers now before I move on to a couple of other products. So if you've got any questions at all, please do leave them in the comment section. If you want your comment highlighted, you can use Super Chat. If you want to leave me a regular question, then please do leave me a regular question as well. Ryan Barkley asks, do I still have Geek Points? I don't still do Geek Points. I used to do this sort of sharing incentive where people could earn Geek Points. I found it very hard to manage. If I could build that into an app at some stage so that I've got an easy way of tracking it, then I might well introduce it. I've also got someone here saying, iPhone Captain, bite your tongue and do not say Galaxy. It's very hard to do. Lewis T5, A6300 or A6500. You're referring to the Sony A6300 and A6500. If you've got an A6300, there's absolutely no compelling reason to really upgrade. You're not going to gain a lot in quality. Although there are some nice little upgrades. The touchscreen, touch to focus is really nice. Also the fact we've got this menu option where you can actually select not to be warned if the camera's overheating. I've got sort of a bit puzzled about that, a bit concerned, because yes, you can make it so it doesn't warn you about the overheating, but is it still really getting hot inside when you're recording 4K? So you don't need to upgrade, but the Sony A6500, which I have got, I can see it here, it's just off camera, is a really good camera. So if you're choosing between the two and you could afford the little bit of premium, then go for the A6500. Callum Ball asks, how are you finding Windows compared to the Mac? I could talk about this for a long time, and it's a mixed bag. It really is a mixed bag. Let me tell you why. So if you watched one of my previous streams, you'll have seen me unveiling the fact that I'm switching my video editing away from my desktop Mac Pro, and I'm switching it away to an Alienware Aurora R6, fully spec'd out, 64 gig of RAM, all solid state storage inside, dual GTX 1080 graphics cards, Core i7 7700K processor, really spec'd out to the max. I'm still going to be keeping my MacBook Pro because that's too new to give up, but certainly the Mac Pro, that's being sort of switched over to the Windows platform for editing. Now I'll tell you the positives first. The positives are that this absolutely flies. It is such a real powerhouse. Really pleased with the performance of the Alienware Aurora R6. Absolutely fantastic. Also the fact that I opted to put all solid state storage inside means that it runs really quietly. Yes, you've still got the fan from the power supply, but the rest of it's liquid cooled, and it just is really silent. So for an editing room scenario, and as a sideline, I must just tell you, I am working on my editing room tour for 2017. I do a studio tour and an editing room tour every year, and I'm currently in the process of recording the editing room tour, so that'll be on the channel really soon. I digress, back to the Alienware. So performance is great, the quietness of the machine's great, the stability of the operating system's been great, and here comes the negative. I have been pulling out what hair I've got left because Adobe Premiere Pro keeps on crashing. Frustratingly so. Trying to import footage, it would grind to a halt whilst reading the content off of the memory card. Once it had the content in there, it would grind to a halt as well whilst sort of editing. And on the few occasions I got to the actual export stage, it would crash while I was exporting. In fact, I think I've managed to, possibly create 3 videos on it in between those crashes. So I've got some troubleshooting to do, a lot of troubleshooting, but I am really pleased with the overall performance. I've just noticed something coming up here, not a question, not a direct question, but One Life Gaming said we are mainly PC gamers instead of console, but we do console vids every now and then. So do check out One Life Gaming. Currently using Dre Beat Studios. I've got some new Beats headphones coming in to review, so keep an eye out for that, and some Sony ones. They're coming up soon on the channel. It just reminded me of that. Also a question here from Kevin English on the subject of speakers. What do you think of Sonos putting their prices up so much? Great speakers, but £200 for a Play 1 is very expensive. The price hikes were a surprise to me. I think that they are great quality, but I think that price hike is going to hurt their business. I really do. There are other options now as well. It's not just all about Sonos. In fact, Denon do a great range of speakers that work in a very similar way, as do other manufacturers as well. Libratone, brilliant speakers. So they were brave putting their prices up by so much. Mason Ellis asked Dave, why do you not have a bigger subscriber base on YouTube for as long as you've been doing videos? I really put it down to that I've been very genuine in the way I create the videos. I've not done any tricks, a few giveaways in between, but not too many. And it's just been a very natural and progressive growth of the channel. And to be honest, I spent some time probably in my first year and maybe towards the middle of my YouTube career looking at the numbers, constantly trying to analyse them, and it doesn't make any difference because my happiness and my passion is in making the content, and it's also enjoying the actual community. So I really enjoy like doing these live streams is really nice because we've got that interaction. And what I pride myself on is looking at the comment section, and I pretty much respond to every comment. I've done that from day one and I won't change that. So yes, I'd be lying to say I wouldn't like more subscriber growth or view count growth on YouTube, but it's not my focus. My focus is on the content. So I hope that answers your question. Really good question though. What else can we answer here? Daniel Dolinsky asks, hi Dave, do you have any experiences with the MacBook Pro Retina 2015 docking stations? Yes, Daniel, if you search my channel, so just search YouTube like Geekanoids and then USB-C docking station or USB-C dock. I've done, I think, 3 so far. I've done one from OWC, I've done a CalDigit one and a pluggable one. Oh, and a Kensington one, so 4 in total. I've also got some new Thunderbolt 3 ones due in very soon. So I've got some more dock reviews coming up. So do keep an eye on the channel for those. But really great question, and thank you to all your questions. If I've missed any of your questions, then I can only apologise. But do keep them coming. And again, don't forget, if you want your comment highlighted at the top, I can't see any highlighted ones that I've missed. Forgive me if I have. There is that super chat feature, which many of you used last time, but I can't see. Bear with me, I'm just checking to see I haven't missed a shout out to anyone. And I can't see any. So let's move on. Let's pop this to one side. And we're going to talk about these earphones or headset or headphones. These are from Venom Gaming. And the reason I'm highlighting these to you is they're an in-ear stereo gaming headset. They work with PS4, Xbox One, I think it's PC as well. Oh, Xbox 360, PC and Mac. I've only tested them on the PS4. And the reason I wanted to bring these to you is because I'm going to be honest here, I haven't experienced something like this before. And I'll show you why. Here they are, just down here. Now the reason I say I haven't experienced anything like these before is because I've done gaming headsets, I've reviewed those, and I'm talking about the over-ear or on-ear headsets, and they sometimes have like a boom microphone down here, or you can swap sides and you can adjust that microphone to a comfy position, because not only do you want audio in, you also want to be able to use the chat feature. Well, these have got an inline remote control, they've got little ear hoops. So you've got hoops to actually put them comfortably around your ear. They go in the ear canal, or not all the way in, but a fair way in. And they've also got a little boom mic, and it's the first one I've seen. Maybe it's just because I haven't searched for them, but the fact that you can pop these in your ear and have this microphone coming down here, I haven't seen this before on earphones. I've seen them on headphones or gaming headsets, but not on the in-ear type. Now, the audio quality, really very, very good. Not super comfy for prolonged periods of time, and I'll show you why. So you've got this piece here that goes into the ear, and then you've got this piece here. And this bit, this second piece of plastic, does get a little bit uncomfortable after using them, I suppose, for about an hour, hour and a half. So that sort of causes a little bit of sort of uncomfort factor for me. But the actual audio quality, when you're listening to the audio, and the actual mic quality, really good. This has got some bend to it as well, so you can bend it round into different positions. And it is just a fantastic, lightweight, very, very lightweight gaming headset. And like I say, the first one I've seen that's in ear. So really, very, very good. I'll just show you the product packaging once more. So it's from Venom Gaming. And as I mentioned earlier, when I finish this broadcast, I will actually leave a link to all of these products down in the video description. So this is extremely well priced, and if you're looking for something lightweight and in-ear rather than on-ear, then this is worth considering. So let's pop those to one side. I know you're all waiting for me to unbox this. I will do it very, very soon. I got this in purely for experiencing a mid-range Samsung smartphone, which I haven't done previously on the channel for, well, I have done it previously, but not for a long, long time. And also, because I'm doing more of these live broadcasts, and I intend to do most of them on the smartphone, I wanted to actually see in one of my broadcasts how this performs, because the front-facing camera on the iPhone 7 Plus that I'm using now is actually very good, but if it becomes overexposed when you switch cameras, or when you put something up close to the lens, then it stays overexposed. It doesn't sort of switch back down. So I want to see how this performs. So I'll unbox that very, very shortly. Now, if you've got any more questions, I'll take some more questions. Love answering the questions. Hello to Morgan Wright. Who else have we got new? We have got Captain Adam. Hello to Captain Adam. MJ Electronics. Hello, Mike. And anyone else I haven't said hello to. It's really good to see you all actually tune in. And Venom UK Gaming. Venom UK Gaming are in the house, joining the broadcast. Just for you guys, I'll give you one more shot of the product packaging. Highly recommended. Thank you very much for joining the broadcast as well. And as I say, I'll leave a link to all of these products after the broadcast. Ryan Barkley asks, will Super Chat replace your Patreon page? Now, I did Patreon a long while ago, and I actually stopped doing it completely, purely because I found that my focus was taken away from YouTube, and it was on Patreon because I needed to generate revenue, and it just didn't feel right. After doing it for about, I think I did Patreon for about 6 months, it just wasn't gelling well with me. So I wanted to bring my focus right back to creating the content and keeping it all on the one platform. So it won't replace it, I don't think. For example, we've had no super chats in this broadcast, which is absolutely fine. But super chat is there for those of you who want to use it, and it just generates a little bit extra revenue. I don't think it'll ever replace a platform like Patreon, because when people have got successful Patreons, and I've seen many fellow content creators that I personally know, they really put all of their focus into that one platform, and it works for them. YouTube works for me, my website works for me, my affiliate links work for me, and my core focus, as I mentioned earlier on, is in creating content. But really good question. Ryan also asks, how long do I use a smartphone for before reviewing? It depends how long I get them for. Some smartphones are on loan, so I can't actually keep them for more than about a week, week and a half. A minimum of 2 to 3 days at least. To form any sort of judgment over a smartphone, I think you have to give it at least 2 or 3 days. But in an ideal situation, when I've got the smartphone for a longer period of time, or if it's a smartphone that I've purchased in, for example, this one is an actual business purchase, then normally between sort of a week and 10 days, maybe up to 2 weeks. Because you need to test things like battery life, overall performance, day-to-day use, plenty of camera use, etc. And I only ever do them quicker if I'm in that situation where I'm forced to do it quicker because I need to get the smartphone back to the company. So again, great question. Nigel Harrison, iPhone 8 rumours, released sooner than usual. Glass case and AR, what do you think? I'm loving the iPhone 8 rumours. I really do hope that they introduce augmented reality features in the new iPhone. I also hope they do something really radical with that screen, as we're expecting. And Apple always deliver on the camera front, so I can't see that being a disappointment. I just can't wait to see the real iPhone 8 in the flesh, so to speak. Really very, very excited about it. As you know, even though I've switched my editing over from Mac to Windows on the main sort of editing suite, I'm still an Apple fan. I love Apple products. I love my MacBook Pro, even though it slows down a little bit too much sometimes. Love my iPhone 7 Plus, so I'm really looking forward to it. So let's move on. Let's move on and do this unboxing, and then I'll take some more questions right at the end, either just general tech questions or questions about this. So this is the Galaxy A5. So this is going to be a real first impressions of this, because I haven't even unsealed the box. Well, got to do this really carefully, because sometimes I'm not too careful with knives. So let's cut through this one. It says on here, European SIM card only. And this is to do with the locking down. Actually, I think you can peel this one off. It says read me. This is just about the SIM card. So you can only use a European SIM card. There's some region lock that Samsung put on some of their devices now. And you have to put your own region SIM card in before you actually use the smartphone. This is proving very difficult to get into. Here we go. We are into the Galaxy A5. Still need a bit of trimming just up here. Here we go. Oh, wow. It actually looks a lot nicer than I thought it was going to. I thought it was going to look a lot less premium. It looks really nice. So we've got water and dust resistant, 16 megapixel cameras front and rear, and a fingerprint scanner. Wow, that is really nice. Just a very quick look. We get a quick start guide in the bottom here and some other paperwork, SIM removal tool, and then we've got headphones and a USB charger and a USB cable. It's USB-C as well, which is good. So we should have quick charging. Let's just pop that box to one side. Ah, look at that, fresh phone. Let's take this back cover off. Wow, very high gloss. Let me just take the sticker off with the IMEI number on. So this is what the back looks like. Very, very nice. High gloss back. But the quality, it's got that nice curvature to the back as well. Let's take this front one off. Wow, it's got some nice weight to it. That is really very impressive. Now this is at a mid-tier phone. So it comes in at round about, I think it's £369. This is the Samsung Galaxy A5, the 2017 version. Really very impressed. Headphone jack on the bottom and the microphone, and also the USB-C connector. On this side here we've got the power button. On the opposing side we have got the volume up and down. The speaker is actually up here. So we've got the speaker across this top edge, which is a different position for a smartphone. And also the fingerprint scanner on the front here. 16 megapixel front facing camera, so I will be testing this in one of the live broadcasts. Very, very nice indeed. Let's see if it's got any power in it. There we go, it's starting up. So we just leave that to start up. I'm not going to fully start it, but the actual build quality is really nice. So we've got a combination of like these metals and these nice smooth edges, and then the nice curve to the back. Very, very cool indeed. I'm impressed. I did not expect this to actually feel that good. And there we go, it's started up now. So I'll give you a quick look at the screen. I'm not going to go any further than that, but this was just purely an unboxing and the first impressions. The screen looks really nice. I think it's a Super AMOLED screen as well. And that looks nice, crisp white. It's not warm, it's not cold, it's just a nice crisp white colour. It's not a UHD screen or any sort of super high res. I think it's 1920 by 1080. But again, really impressed. We've got the fingerprint sensor and 16 megapixels on both sides. So very, very cool. Liking it a lot. So this is the Samsung Galaxy A5 2017 version. To give you a bit more details on the specs. So we've got 4G LTE, 32 gigabytes of RAM, or memory, I should say. It's a 5.2 inch Full HD Super AMOLED screen and a 64-bit octa-core processor inside here as well. And we've got that water and dust resistance. So very, very cool. So I'll be talking to you a little bit more about this probably in about a week, maybe 10 days time. Once I've had a play around with it, I'll also let you know when I'm using it for one of the live streams. So brilliant, really impressed with it. So let's take some more questions. If anyone's got any more questions about the Samsung Galaxy A5 or what you want me to test, let me know in the comment section. And if you've got any other tech questions at all, then please do let me know. It's always the problem I have with these live streams is because I still try and project my voice as I'm recording one of my regular videos. I tend to speak a little bit too loud and lose my voice halfway through the stream. Ryan Barkley, will you be releasing another book, Dave? For those of you who don't know, I have actually published 2 books. One of them is called My Mac is a Drug. It's available on Amazon. And my second book is Your YouTube Success. And since I published those 2, it's quite funny actually, because publishing a book takes a lot longer than you think. You do like the first draft, and then I really found myself changing a lot, especially in the second book. I more or less completely rewrote a lot of the sections, and it takes a lot more time than you think. And because I'm creating so much content on YouTube, I haven't got another book in here yet, but never say never. I might do one in the future. So what else have we got in terms of questions? Let's have a scroll back up here. Can't see any other questions. No super chats coming in. Are you getting the Switch? From Paul Whitaker. Hello Paul, nice to see you in the chat. Yes, I am getting the Nintendo Switch. Really looking forward to it actually. I term myself as a casual gamer. I tried to get into more serious gaming, but I never found the time to dedicate to it. So I'm the sort of person that will pick up a handheld console or a smartphone and actually play a game for like 10 minutes, then put it down, come back to it later, maybe once, twice, 3 times a day on some days, not very often 3 times a day, but on some occasions. And the Nintendo Switch has got that capability of being a portable console, but you can also dock it and use it on the big screen as well. So you've got that transition over from that sort of social gaming scene to having it on the big screen. And I'm really excited to actually be able to test it, experience it, and share my opinion with you about it as well. So I have got one on order. I've got one coming in. As soon as it lands, you'll get an unboxing. A big thank you. Yes, Kevin Muldoon, thank you very much for your donation on the Super Chat. You can see Kevin's Super Chat highlighted in blue on my screen. Thank you for your support. I really do appreciate it. Didn't expect anything to happen this time round. After that really good sort of so many Super Chats last time, I was really taken back. So thank you very much, Kevin. I really do appreciate it. Current camera from Gina M. Hello, Gina. Haven't heard from you for a long time. Gina M takes some fantastic photos. If I can find out your current Instagram account, I think I do still follow you, so I'll try and dig it out. I'll put a link to Gina's Instagram in the video description. Gina, if I forget to do that, then just drop me a message. Gina takes some awesome photos, really amazing photos. My current cameras, I did recently do a video on my YouTube cameras. Currently use the Panasonic G80, also the Sony a6500, also the Garmin Verb Ultra 30 as an action camera. I've also got another little camera I'm still testing from another manufacturer, which is very different. And then my current photography camera is one from Fuji. Can't say what model it is at the moment, but it is one of the Fuji X range, and I will share that with you on the channel very soon. If you private message me, Gina, you might well tempt me into telling you what it is privately, because I trust you won't tell anyone. But that is a really good question, and I'm really excited about this new Fuji camera as well. It is awesome. It is so good that I just cannot wait to share it with you. What advice can you give to someone that wants to start a YouTube channel for tech? And that's from Everyday Carry Wear and Tear. The main thing I would say, the main advice, is just to share the content that you're passionate about. If you try and be something you're not, you'll find that you won't have the longevity, because you're not going to find instant success. There are so many creators online nowadays, and you'll get very disheartened if you're not getting the views or the feedback or the sort of commentary in the comment section. So share what you're passionate about, and then that allows you to create great content, and it shows in the content you create as well. 2AYK, can you tell me about the Bluetooth music receiver and whether they reduce the sound quality or not? If you're connecting to something via Bluetooth, you do normally get a degradation in quality. There are various things that improve that. There's aptX, which gives you a higher data throughput, more stability in the connection. There's aptX HD, and there's also one that Sony do. I think it's called LADAC, and that gives you an even higher bit rate when you're connected wirelessly, and that's built into some of their speakers as well. So you do normally get a degradation, but if you look for these different formats and sort of put those into place and buy products that work well together, then you can get really good Bluetooth wireless audio transfer. So are there any more questions? I've got a question here from Best Tech LJL. Is the Canon EOS 100D with the 18 to 55mm a good camera for YouTube? Well, this is going to sound like a little bit of a weird answer, or a weird way of answering it, and don't take it the wrong way. Any camera is fine for YouTube, as long as it does I would say 720p upwards. So 720p, 1080p, 4K. A smartphone, I'm recording this with the front facing camera of my iPhone 7 Plus. So that Canon camera you mentioned, absolutely fine for starting out YouTube. So just go for it. Start creating content, start exploring your creativity and sharing it. So really good question, and yes, it's absolutely fine. So I think I'm going to call it a day for the live stream before my voice completely gives up. But I want to thank you all for tuning in. I really do appreciate it. I love the interaction in the comment section, and that's why I'm going to be doing a lot more of these live broadcasts. I'm going to try and do another one this Thursday round about 6 p.m. GMT, so 6 p.m. UK time. I've got a couple of really interesting products that will help create a more paperless environment. And that's all I'm going to say for now. So tune in next time. Thank you again for all of your support, all of your tweets, your comments, watching the videos. Please do subscribe to the channel. If you're new to this live broadcast and you haven't subscribed to Geekanoids, please do hit that subscribe button. Thanks again for tuning in, and I'll see you again in the next one.